Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is revision of the chapter data handling. In this revision, we will go for briefly understanding what is that we have learned in our previous classes, and later we will go for understanding organization of the data and grouping of the data. This is part 1 and this you are going to watch on 20th January 2021. Coming to the very simple previous concepts that what we have learnt, I am going to bring it to you. 1. In our day-to-day life, we come across information, many of them such as runs made by a batsman in the last 10 test matches. As you are aware, today is the 5th day, the test match between Australia and India, and we have a very tough situation such as either this match can get draw or definitely we have bright chances of winning even if they could score as of now 60 runs within maybe 90 balls or 80 balls somewhere around. So we normally track the runs scored by a batsman in the last 10 test matches. Similarly, number of wickets taken by a bowler in the last 10 ODIs, means one day international matches. For example, another information such as marks scored by the students of, let's say, my class in mathematics unit test, then number of storybooks read by each of your friends, etc. All these are example for information. What does this information talks all about? The information collected in all such cases is called data. This data is a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. It's a collection of numbers gathered to give some information. So you can note down this important definition of data meant for objective type questions. Then coming to the further, sometimes this data can be represented graphically to give clear idea what it all talks about. Instead of having that as numerical numbers, if we have them as graphs, it gives us very clear idea. Okay. So what are that graphical representation? What are all that graphs of the data that we have learned? Let us go for. First one is a pictograph. Children, you learn this in class 6th, and you know the meaning of pictograph is just nothing but graphical representation of numerical data using pictures. It's a pictorial representation of data using some symbols. I'll give you an example too. Okay, and let us see what is the another type of graphs that you have learnt. Another were a bar graph. A bar graph you have learnt in class 7th. There are two types of bar graphs. One horizontal bar graph, another vertical bar graph. A display of information using bars, or I can say rectangles of uniform width with a uniform gap between them, where their heights being proportional to the respective values. Okay, you have seen rectangles drawn on a graph sheet, either vertically like this, or horizontally, okay, horizontally like this. Okay, so vertical bar graph or horizontal bar graph, they are of rectangle shapes with uniform width and uniform gap between them, where their heights or the length is being proportional to the respective values. This is what a bar graph you have learnt already. Then coming to the another important bar graph is double bar graph. What is this double bar graph? Same bars we will draw, but two bars continuously will be there, one beside the other. A bar graph showing two sets of data simultaneously. It is very much useful in the comparison of the data. It is useful for comparison of the data. This also you learnt in your class 7th standard. We will take one example for each of them, then we will go for understanding them. Now coming to the pictograph. Students, here is the pictograph. Could you read this pictograph? Yes. Here in this pictograph, there is a picture of a car is depicted, where each picture stands for 100 cars. It may be the number of cars sold by a company in the respective months, such as July, August and September, where against the month July you could see two full car pictures, and where another half a car picture is depicted, drawn, nothing but where one full car picture represents 100 cars, that means half may be considered as 250, where two full and one half 250. That half may be represented as 50. Coming to the August month, 3 full pictures are there, then 300 cars are sold. But against the September month, 4 full pictures are there, then how many cars are sold? Obviously 400 cars are sold, isn't it? So that you know how to read the pictograph, and there will be questions asked on that. We normally call understanding and interpreting pictograph. Reading, after that comprehending. How you have got in English, same way we read the pictograph, understand it, later we go for answering questions based on them. It is interpretation. Here, how many cars were produced in the month of July? You can answer it as, in the month of July, approximately 250 cars are produced. Next, in which month were maximum number of cars produced? So you will say September, right? So similarly, we will go for understanding what is the bar graph. Here I am giving you a bar graph. See children, in this bar graph, if you read, very important, there are very much important in drawing a bar graph. While reading a bar graph, you have to remember these points. Point number 1, bars are of the uniform width or not. Okay, bars are of uniform width and the gap between them is same. You have to understand that whether it is there or not. Second point, quantities. What quantity? Taken on x-axis and y-axis. What is the x-axis, y-axis? Maybe you might have been taught or told horizontal axis. This is called actually x-axis or horizontal axis. Vertical axis, this is called y-axis. Okay. Quantities. So, academic years taken on x-axis. Number of students in class 8 is taken on y-axis. So, quantity is taken on both the axes. Plural of axis is axis, A-X-E-S, axis, that we have to observe. Okay. Then coming to the very important scale. What is scale? So, scale of the graph. Remember children, here on y-axis 1 unit length is considered as 50 students. So, 1 unit on y-axis 1 unit length is equals to 50 students, that we have to observe. So, apart from these three, there are two more points. One, title, okay, title of the graph, compulsory to be written. If you are plotting a bar graph, you should compulsory write title of the bar graph or caption. We say title will be on the top, caption will be on the bottom. Okay. So, either title or caption, either of them must be written. Okay. Then you have to follow compulsory the proper scaling. Okay. Now, coming to the reading of this bar graph. Here, first question, what is the information given by this bar graph? By watching this bar graph, what have you understood? What does this information it all talks about? So, what do I say? I will say that number of students, here I am saying the same thing, number of students in class 8th from the academic year 2003 to 2008. So, graph is representing the number of students or the strength of the class 8th from the academic year 2003 to 2008, isn't it? 2008 or 2007, maybe 2000, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8. 7, 8 means it is last maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 years. So, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 5 years. So, 2007 is the right term. Okay. So, this is what we tell about. Next, in which year is the increase in the number of students is maximum? If you see increase, here increment is 100, here 50, here 50, here 50. So, in which year the increase is maximum? In 2004-5 is maximum, that is somewhere maximum increment is there 100, isn't it? 100 is increased, whereas here it is 100, whereas here it is 200 strength. So, 100 increment, but whereas in the year 2005-6 250, 6-7 300, 7-8 350. Okay. So, answers what you are giving are they are all called interpretation of the bar graph. Coming to the third question, in which year is the number of students maximum are there? So, in the year 2007-8 there are maximum number of students. So, this is how we interpret the bar graph. Now, let us go to the another important bar graph, See children, this is a vertical bar graph, okay, because vertical you could see bars, okay. Then let us go for double bar graph now. Oh, there is one more question in this. State whether the true or false the following statement. The following statement is the number of students during 2005-6 is twice that of 2003 and 4. In this year you have got 250, in this year you have got 100. So 250 is not twice, so it is false. Okay, by watching it you can clearly answer this. Okay, rather having numbers, graph helps us interpretation of the data quickly. Okay, then coming to the double bar graph. Here is the double bar graph. Now students, again same rules, watch carefully. Subjects are given on x axis, marks obtained by one student given on y axis. So white represents 2005-6. Let us say when you are in 7th standard, white; when you are in 8th standard, maybe this brown color or grey color, okay, grey color. Now if you watch mathematics, first subject, science, sorry, social science is second subject, science is third subject, English fourth, Hindi fifth subject. Then first question, what is the information given by the double bar graph? What do you say? Marks obtained by a student in the 2 continuous years in various subjects, that you can write here. Okay, write the sentence. Then second question, in which subject has the performance improved the most? You could observe by the just gap, this gaps you could see and say, in maths he has improved a lot, in improvement wise mathematics stops. Okay, then coming to the third question, in which subject has the performance deteriorated? Deteriorated is decreased. If you observe, in English his performance gone down compared to the previous year, isn't it, in English? Then fourth question, in which subject is the performance at par? At par means equal. So in Hindi you could see he has performed same way in both the continuous years. Now this is double bar graph. Here you are comparing data. So that is the purpose of drawing a double bar graph. Okay children, now let us go for some homework for you. Here I am giving you homework. Okay, what is homework that I am going to give? See children, compulsory you have to do it, these homeworks. First one, I am giving a try this. Okay, do it. Here you have got question 1 and question 2. Draw an appropriate graph to represent the given information. Here number of watches sold in the respective years, July to December. Okay, so which bar graph will you draw? Sorry, I myself said, what type of graph will you draw? I can draw pictograph or I can draw bar graph. Okay, preferably draw bar graph. Okay, then coming to the children who prefer walking, cycling, given in the question number 2. School A, school B, school C. Here what graph will you draw? Better to draw double bar graph. Okay, let us see. Okay, let us see how many of you could do this double bar graph. You can draw this. So work on this. This is the homework. Then I am giving another one more question, question number 3 as homework. Here percentage wins in ODI by 8 top cricket teams: South Africa, Australia, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, England, Pakistan, West Indies and India. So here I have given you percentage of winnings, last 10 ODIs in 7, Okay. Then from Champions Trophy in the to the World Cup 2006. Okay. In 2007, the last 10 ODIs percentage of wins, and in 2006 World Cup, till 2006 World Cup from Champions Trophy. So here also this you have to do double bar graph. Okay. So this is homework. Okay. With this I will wind up the session. Students, take care of yourself. Jai Hind. Thank you.